Hey there, I'm Sarah A. Chrisman, the author of The Tales of Chetzemoka, and besides my videos on writing and books, I promised that since moving to Iowa and starting to restore this historic home, which has been a construction zone that we've been living in as we've been restoring it, that occasionally I would find time to just give you updates on things with the house. And I realized that in the course of things, I've managed to acquire enough clips about all of the creatures and creepy crawlies and, hoppers and various other things that we've been encountering to actually put together a whole video of them. So it's not exactly as narrative a tale as most of the stuff I do, but it's an interesting process. We keep telling ourselves this place is going to be gorgeous when we're done. So, enjoy. So this is a little frog that I found when I was cleaning the basement. He had somehow taken up residence down there. He's just a little frog. See, you can see the size of my fingers compared to this little wee frog. He's just tiny. Yeah, my fingers are dirty. I've been cleaning. But yeah, I found him when I was cleaning the floor downstairs in the basement. It's a little too moist down there, I would say. I'm working on fixing that. He's a cute little guy. He's awful lucky, though. When I saw him in the dark, scurrying around, I thought he was a beetle and I almost stepped on him. But then I saw his true shape. And he's just a cute little guy. So he's going out in the garden now. And I hope he has a good life in there, and I hope that he has a better life in there than in here. Because like I said, I'm trying to get the basement drier. So here you go, little frog. Freedom time. I think he'll be much happier out here. I'm put him by my moss rose, so he can help protect it from bugs. Here he goes. He's not in any hurry to leave, which is good. He's just hanging out by the roses. Can't say I blame him. Yep. I'm not going to show you the mummified squirrel behind me because he's pretty disgusting, and I think it would make this a non-G-rated video to show you the icky squirrel. But I will show you the damage he did before he was punished by fate. He was here when we got here, but he did some pretty bad damage. So when we first viewed this house, all the window sashes were in beautiful, pristine condition. But when we got here, having just arrived from Washington, a lot of them look like this now. And it's really recent damage, and we're pretty sure that Squirrel did it. He wound up being punished for his crimes by fate, but so it's hard to be too mad at him, but I wish that hadn't happened. Okay, so by the grand staircase, there is a bench whose lid lifts up. The lifting hinges are broken. We're going to have to get those fixed, but that's neither here nor there. I'm going through the stuff that was inside it. Threw away some moldy bathroom mats and a bunch of dirty stuff, really dirty. And I don't want to use other people's dirty, dirty bathroom stuff from the 1970s. Just no. And then underneath all this charming stuff, well, sort of in the middle of it, that is something very dead. And I don't know what it is. I don't want to know. You don't need to see it very much. But, yeah, it's all part of the fun of discovery. And I'm going to get rid of that little mummy. Gorgeous when we're done. Gorgeous when we're done. So, I removed the mummy along with all of the dirty bathroom accoutrements that were in there. And based on the teeth and the forepaw bones of the mummy, but most especially based on the enormous amount of rodent droppings that were also in the bench, it was another squirrel. Yet another squirrel mummy. It's a kind of a theme around here. It's not the first one we've found. Yeah, Curse of the Squirrel Mummy. We're going to lift the curse. We really will. And I washed out the bench so that... Washed out the bench real good. Scrubbed it nice and clean so that it can be safe for more pleasant things. No more Squirrel Mummy. And it's going to be gorgeous when we're done. Gorgeous when we're done. The old furnace that ran the boiler for our radiators was kaput, and so we're having a new boiler installed. And the guys who are installing it, they have a habit of leaving the door ajar, and the outside door, and somehow a cicada got into the ductwork when they were working on it. And so now it, when the cicada gets going, it sounds, there he is, it sounds like there's some sort of space alien in our basement, especially since that metal ductwork amplifies the sound. And so I've been hearing these occasional just random space alien calls coming from the basement. Now, cicadas don't live very long, so this is going to be a short-lived phenomenon, and he certainly won't survive firing up the furnace when we get to that. But yeah, so I kind of got a space alien living in my basement for the time being. Okay, now I'm into some sort of delicate stuff because the attic has a finished portion with an actual floor I can walk on. And it also has two wings, which are unfinished, and these are just cross beams over plaster. And if I step on that plaster, I'm going to go straight through to the room below. But over the years, people have been piling garbage in here. Lots and lots of garbage. And the raccoons have been nesting in the garbage. Joy.
So, this entire bag is full of raccoon poop.
That's disgusting, dear. We don't need to show them that.
No, we don't. With the occasional Christmas ornament and Mardi Gras bead.
Why were there so many Mardi Gras beads in this place? I do not understand.
I can't answer that, but
oh my land! I don't think we can show them that.
we probably can't. But it's
That is a mummified raccoon.
it is a mummified, very dead raccoon.
Oh, good.
And I was led to it by your very sensitive nose.
Yes, I told you.
Yes.
I told you that room stank.
This is why.
I told you that room smelled.
Yes. So, this exit entropy, or relative of entropy, is going here and away.
That was a mummified raccoon.
That was a mummified raccoon.
I told you that room smelled.
And you were right.
Yes, I was right. Thank you, dear. Those are words every wife loves to hear.
I am sure. Well,
Men at home, take note. The phrase, "You were right, dear," that's a phrase every wife loves to hear.
less so the phrase, "I found what you were smelling. It was a mummified raccoon." But that one's helpful too. Remember that.
It does have its uses. I won't deny that.
It does, especially when it happens to be the case.
Yeah, that, wow.
Yes, I thought you'd want to see that.
Yeah, so a whole bag of raccoon ick plus the raccoon. Well, a raccoon.
A raccoon. I think that raccoon ick represented several generations of raccoons.
Yeah.
This is the Augean stables in the attic and raccoon derived.
Yeah, but we don't have a river to divert to just take it out.
Believe me, though, the weather did try from what you described.
Oh, yes, the weather did try.
The weather did try that.
But all it managed to do was let all of the ick seep down through the walls and the ceilings.
And make it worse. So,
yeah, and that was good. That was not good.
Not good, but this is an improvement.
I'm glad you've removed the mummy.
Yes, that is a big improvement.
Let's de-Egyptify this house.
Yes, we're going to do that.
You know, we're okay with certain classical references, but mummies in the house?
Yeah, I think mummies can go away at this point.
Mummies can go away. So, okay, let's do the mummy tally so far. We've had how many squirrel mummies?
I think a total of 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4 squirrel
possum.
mummies. Then the possum, well, the possum was just bones. He wasn't even a mummy anymore. He was just a skeleton.
Just a skeleton.
Yeah.
But this is a definite...
That's a mummy. Yeah.
This one's going outside.
Please, yes, please, dear. And if the phone... So, there I was, pulling weeds, when under the porch, way back there, I found a dead bunny rabbit. Poor bunny. He's in that bag now. Along with a particularly large, particularly noxious form of weed killer that's barely legal anymore. I think the one might have had something to do with the other. Anyhow, I'm throwing them both away. Yeah, adventures. It's not all tea and crumpets, but it's going to be gorgeous when we're done. So, up in the attic, when he was cleaning out, Gabriel found this little guy, a little mousey. Poor little mousey. And Gabriel caught him, and now I'm going to put him outside. And hopefully he will find a home outside rather than living in our attic. We're going outside now, little mousey. Okay. That's a much better place for a little mousey. You live outside. You have a nice, happy life. Bye-bye, little mousey. My hand is just here for scale. Just wanted to say that just as there's a collection maintenance policy for things like books, so too is there a collection maintenance policy in my house for little wee spiders. There's a certain size of spider, and it's kind of arbitrary, but beyond a certain size, I've always deemed spiders too large to live in my house. But the little bitty guys, I figure he'll take care of more noxious bugs. Now, if he was poisonous, or even if he resembled a poisonous spider, that would be a very different, that's my thumb guy, that would be a very different story. But harmless little guy like this, I'd rather have him than mosquitoes. So I'll just let him do his thing and I'll do mine. Hi guy, have fun. Eat lots of bugs for me. Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a nice thumbs up and remember to tell your friends about my books. Happy reading!